What's up? This is the character breakdown, the character overview for Djeeta. This is not an in-depth guide. This is more a guide of how she basically plays so that you'll know who you want to start playing the game with. Djeeta and Gran are basically the same character. They have the same moves, the same masteries, the same skills. It just depends on who you would rather play as for your captain when you're playing the game. Would you rather play as Gran or if you would rather play as Djeeta? But everything else is the same. So Djeeta, she is mainly melee support. Her abilities and her attacks work in a way that you're really there to support your team and tank. She has a lot of different things, but the best way that she's able to help the team is by buffing and debuffing. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about her support skills or her passives. I'm gonna start with adept arts. You can pause to read, but basically adept arts is some sort of gauge that you increase levels by doing combo finishers or link attacks. You can see here the ones with the Y with the arrow up, that increases your arts level. I'll use PlayStation controls because that's where I think a lot of people are playing in PlayStation. Basically, her combo finishers are like square, triangle, triangle. See, her arts is level 2 now, and then you can do other ones like hold triangle, that increase her arts. You can do square, 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 square into triangle, and then her arts is now maxed out. It's at level 4. So the higher your arts is, the more damage or the more efficient your skills are gonna be. So these ones, the ones you see on the right, skills, they use up your arts. For example, Reagan Lave, that does a lot of damage at max arts. And when you use a skill, it resets your arts back to 1. So Reagan Lave 1 is gonna do less damage compared to Reagan Lave 2. Reagan Lave 3 is better than 2, and then 4 is the best one you can have. Your skills, your abilities, they are buffed depending on how high your arts is. So they can do more damage, or they can have greater effects for your attack up, or they can have greater effects for your debuffs, and they can last longer depending on how your arts level is. Her other support skill is called Adrenaline Rush, that you don't really have right away when you start playing the game. You have to unlock it via the masteries. It's pretty early on in the skill tree, so you don't really have to play the game that long. Probably around chapter 1, chapter 2, you can just immediately unlock it if you want to. And what it does is, whenever you do combo finishers and you do power race or your held triangle, immediately after doing a combo finisher, the charge speed is gonna be a lot slower. So for comparison, this is how slow it is without comboing it after a combo finisher. So if you just hold it like this, you can see it's pretty slow. And then if you do combo finisher into power race, this is what it looks like. And then immediately charge it. There, it charges faster. It does feel like it doesn't charge that much faster. It's not like a big difference from how fast your charging power race is. It's still pretty significant, I would say, because of how slow this is. So even if it does a little bit faster, it's definitely better. That's her basic kit. And her game plan is pretty simple. I said earlier, she's a melee support. She likes sticking beside the enemies, and then when you have max arts, just use an ability depending on the situation. That's basically her game plan. She's pretty simple. You just want to have your arts up and use the skills depending on what the situation calls for. Obviously, when your arts 4, you can buff your team if you think your team needs buffs, and then you can just charge your adept arts again, get it to maximum. So at 4, you can now debuff your enemy. So just play it depending on what your situation needs. So that's Djeeta. That's your melee tank support combo hybrid. If you enjoyed this guide, this character breakdown. Please let me know in the comments down below. What do you feel about Djeeta and Gran? You can check out my other content. I'll be doing more guides like this for the other characters. So you can check that out after this one if I have them released already. You can also watch me on stream on twitch.tv/PHFaust because I stream these live. Thank you so much. Peace. Bye-bye.